Hey guys, I promised a video to show Poshmark and how to sign up for it and the different features. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. If you go to poshmark.com and you haven't ever been there before, this is what it's going to look like. You can sign up three different ways. You can sign up with email, Facebook, or with Google. I used email because I didn't want it connected with my Facebook account, and I use Google for most of my school stuff. And so I just signed up with email. Once you have joined, they're going to ask you some questions like your favorite brands, your size, things like that. And there is a reason for it. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm going to log in here. And what's going to pop up for me is personalized, my brands, the people I follow. For instance, ModCloth is one of my favorite brands. So I'm going to click on that and kind of scroll through and see if anything looks good to me. Um, Normally, it would show just your size. It would be tailored to you. So it would be just items that would fit you. But I turned off my size guide because I wanted to be able to look up comparisons on all different sizes for some items that I was thinking of selling. So anyway, I'm going to kind of scroll through this. That plaid skirt is really cute. I really like. Um, Hmm, this would be cute for school. I wonder why they have various sizes. They had a 12 and a 16. They have a 16 left. Okay, so a couple people have already liked this dress. If you look at the pictures on the side, sorry, if you look at the pictures on the side, they are using a stock image as their cover photo. You're not really supposed to do this, but a lot of people do because it it looks a lot better than any picture that you could possibly take. Um, if you scroll down through the other pictures, it still looks like a pretty dress. This is what you're buying. And she's done a nice job of showing you the print and showing you all of the different angles, showing you the bottom. Okay, in her description, she says it's a navy dress with stitch design, orange and pink yellow thread. That's good that she said that because I didn't pick up on that before. Tulle in the skirt, pockets, always important, and new without tags. Okay, so maybe something she bought and she tried on and she decided she didn't like. She probably bought like a 12, 14, 16, just wondering which one would fit, and ended up going with the 14 and then trying to sell the 12 and the 16. But in that case, I wonder why she didn't just return it. I don't know. I am just speculating. Okay, so anyway, if I liked this item, I could go down to the bottom and click the heart button, the like button. You want to be careful with this though, because it's not like Facebook. It's not like saying, hey, this is great. It's saying, I like this. I want to buy this. What can you do for me? And it will alert the seller and they will think, oh, well, maybe I should send her an offer for 10% off or 20% off or whatever. And if you want that to happen, then yes, go ahead and hit the like button. But if you don't want to be bothered, then maybe think twice about hitting the like button. When I first got on Poshmark, I didn't know this and I went around liking everything and I thought it was so fun when people would send me offers. But I realized later how rude I was because I basically ghosted them. And they probably were like, hey, where did that Jill chick go? I thought she liked my dress. If I have some more questions about this dress, I could use the comment button and ask like, hey, what is the bust size? Okay. And then they would add their comment below. Everything is public at this point. If I think this is super cute and I want to share it with my followers, I could click the share button. Or if I wanted to purchase it, I could buy it right now for $29, or if I think, it's pretty cute, but I wouldn't want to pay more than 25 for it, you could make that offer. They wouldn't have to accept it, but you could make that offer and see. Okay, so we're going to go back to Poshmark. And this is some time for you to kind of like explore, go around, find some closets that you like. If you go into the women's section, you can see they have basically anything you could possibly want. The makeup over here, it's all supposed to be unopened. And so you have some people selling beauty supplies over here. You've got jewelry. Okay. Say you have set up your account and you have followed some people and you followed some brands that you like, and you're thinking, I'm quarantined. I have all this time. I've cleaned out my closet and I have some things that I would like to sell, maybe myself. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you are going to move your cursor over to the right side of the screen and click Sell on Poshmark. I have some drafts of things in here that I'm not ready to publish yet. For instance, I have these overalls from Paper Crane, but I'm not finished with the listing, but it will give you an idea of how to set up or build a listing. Okay, so you can see I have some photos, but I don't have any photos of them unfolded or what they would look like hanging up. I might want to add that. And I'm not sure why I don't have the care tag, because usually I take pictures of the care tag. Maybe this one was removed. Or no, I think I couldn't find it on this one. Maybe I need to look a little bit harder. Okay, so that's the reason I haven't published this one yet. Okay, so you put all of your photos in that you would like to have people see. And I've been trying some flat lays with my cover photos. When you take pictures for your cover photos, you want to, if you are using your phone, use the square mode, because that's what Poshmark sizes it as, or puts it in that shape. And so if you have a regular photograph that's rectangular, you're going to have to cut it down and it's going to look really weird. I've had problems with that. So if you take it in square mode, at least for the first shot, then you won't have that problem later on. Okay. Moving on to the title. This is like the most important thing because this is going to help people find your item. I have kind of a few tips about that. I always put the brand first, and then I put a description of whatever the item is. For this, I put For All Seasons, which is kind of a sub company of Paper Crane, and then Painter's Overalls. But I still have 5 characters left to use. I might add the color or something like that just to make it a little more searchable if somebody's looking for gray overalls. Okay. And then once you're happy with that, see, I don't have any characters left. They don't give you many to play with. You go down to the description. And my formula for this is to put first the condition of the item. Sometimes I'll have things that are new with tags, and that's good to put in because you'll get more money for them, obviously. This was previously owned. I thrifted it. I steamed it. I inspected it for holes and other damage. Um, I would disclose that here in the description. Otherwise, if I sent something with faults in it to the buyer, they could definitely come back and say, well, she didn't have this in the description. I want to return it. And I would accept that return because that wouldn't be fair. So after I talk about the condition, I put the measurements. When you measure something, you lay it flat and then you take the measuring tape and kind of put it across. If it's a top, you put it across the bust from one armpit to the other armpit. Some people call this pit to pit measurements, but I just say bust because it says nice. It sounds nicer. And so I always say approximately because it depends on how you measure it and how tightly you're holding the material. So that's another way that a buyer might catch you. If they don't like the item, um, then they can say that you didn't have the accurate size. So always say approximately when you're dealing with the measurements. The next thing that I put is the makeup of the material. This was 100% rayon, and I do like to put in the description of the item. So, or not the description, but the care instructions. And I did not proofread this yet. Good thing it's only a draft. It's a rough draft. And I'm going to go in and put hand wash cold, not hand was cold, and then lay flat to dry, and then move on to my next thing. Okay, here we have category, and in the women's section, they have all of these different things that you can choose from. Jeans, they have more specific types of jeans. Are they skinny? Are they flares? They do have overalls. If you had a different type of jeans, but it was not listed, you could choose none of those. I only have one pair of overalls, so I'm going to put a single item as opposed to multi-item. If you get into this, like you're into crafting and you like to make bracelets or something like that, and you have a bunch of bracelets that are all the same, then you can click multi-item and put how many you actually have for sale and start a little boutique. For size, you have standard sizing, but you also have plus, petite, juniors, maternity, custom, um, plus and petite. It's important to put these in because they'll have parties where specifically for these sizes, where you can go and share your items, and people who are looking for those kind of hard to get items or sizes can go and shop. Custom is where you can type something in. So I was finding all of these really cool Indian items, and on some of the tags, they said free size. So being ridiculous, I thought, well, maybe that is the label or, the brand name. And no, it just means one size fits all. So I would go into custom and I would type in free size there. Okay, brand is super important because you saw on my feed, my main page, that everything is organized by brand. So you want to make sure you include that information. Color, you can put up to 2 colors. If I'm not sure about a color, sometimes I'll leave it blank. If it's kind of up to interpretation, I'll just let them look at the photos and let them decide. And pricing, I've been doing a lot of thrifting lately, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid for these overalls. So I usually just put 0. If it's one of my own personal items, I might put how much I actually paid for it originally. And then for the listing price, you're going to want to do some research and actually use the search function within the app to look up comparison numbers. So you're going to look up who else has these paper crane overalls and what are they selling them for. And I think I already did that, and most of them were around 30. Sometimes you can ask for a little bit more than you actually expect to get for it, and that's usually smart, especially at the beginning, because then you have room to kind of give some deals, have a sale if you want to. And they have these things called closet clear outs where you can drop the price and share your item with everyone, let them know it's for sale. But you can't do that if you're already down at your rock bottom price. Now, your earnings after, if this sold for $30, I would get $24 of that. Poshmark does take some money from this to keep the site up, and they also handle things like shipping. Um, if I sold this, Poshmark would just send me a label to print off and slap on the package. And so that makes it really easy. And I will also say that they're really good at customer service. I feel like I've told this story a million times, but when I first started doing Poshmark, I was so excited because this woman in California had ordered like 10 of my items, and they weren't expensive things. It was like a little over $100, but I packed them all into this box. It was bulging full, and I put the label on and took it to the post office. and they weighed it, and it was over 5 pounds, just a hair over 5 pounds. And I did not want the package to get to the customer and have them have to pay for it. So I asked if they could charge me the difference. And so they did, but then it got a new tracking number. And this was a problem because it took it out of the Poshmark system. And they couldn't see that the customer ever received the clothes, which she did because I saw a week or so later she had posted them in her own closet for sale using my pictures. So I was able to document that, and Poshmark reimbursed me for the money. And I just tell that story to show that they are working for that money and they are working for you. And so I think it's fair. Okay, additional details you can just ignore. So if I'm ready to publish this item, I would hit the blue update button, but I am not ready to publish this. As I said, I want to add a few more pictures, spruce things up a little bit, and so I'm not going to hit update. If you hit update, it'll give you an option to share to a bunch of social media sites like Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever you're connected to. I don't do that because I don't want my Facebook feed to be like, Jill just listed this item on Poshmark. Jill just listed this item on Poshmark. I think that would be really annoying. So I don't do that. Um, so once you've done that and you've listed it, then you can see it show up in your closet. And that's what I'm going to show you now, what the closet looks like. So in the upper right hand corner, you have a drop down menu, and you're going to go to my closet, and it will show all of the things in your closet that you are offering. Okay. And these are all my mess ups today. I've tried to make this video like 27 times, but the 28th time is the charm, right? Okay. So, I just say I have a little slide at the beginning saying, welcome to my closet, all reasonable offers considered. I don't want people to be intimidated by like the higher price that I put up. I want them to know that if they feel like, okay, I like those Tommy Hilfiger clogs, but I don't know if I like them for $30. What about 25? I want them to feel like they can do that. And then I could say, sure. Or I could say, well, what do you think about like 27? Let's meet halfway. I mean, Poshmark allows room for that. Okay, so that's my closet, and that's how you build it. They say that you need like about 10 items before you start gaining traction and getting followers. I've got about 250 right now, but that includes things that I've sold. And so I've been on here a while, and I've been selling things for a while, and so that number will just grow as you are on the site and are listing more items. If you do set up a closet, please reach out to me. My Jill Scribbles account, and I will follow you and share your stuff, and you can share my stuff, and it'll be a big sharing party. We'll have so much fun. Um, okay, I'm getting loopy after doing this 15 bazillion times, but I want you to have a great rest of your Sunday, and I want you most of all to stay safe and don't go outside. Oh no, another Corona update. Okay, stay inside, wash your hands, save your toilet paper. Okay, I will hopefully see you on Saturday when we have our little Zoom talk. All right, I'm out. Just under 20 minutes.